Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode is a doubleheader, and it'll be a quick episode due to timing constraints. It's a post-fight for UFC 250 and a pre-fight for UFC Fight Night Eye versus Calvillo. And so let's get started. Post-fight rundown to UFC 250. We had Sean O'Malley defeat Eddie Wineland. Vicious KO knockout. Great fight. Sean O'Malley really put a stamp on his career by beating a long-time durable WEC and UFC veteran in Eddie Wineland, and former WEC bantamweight champ, the very first one, by the way. And then in the welterweight division, we had Neil Magny versus Anthony Rocco Martin. This one is pretty much how I said on my pre-fight show, that Neil Magny would win by decision, and he did. It wasn't the most glamorous fight, but it was a good, clean win for Neil Magny. I don't know what fight the commentators saw, thinking that it was a close fight, that Rocco Martin may have won a round or two. I didn't see that. I saw 10-9 across the board for Neil Magny, and he did get 2 of the 3 judges 30-27. Then in the bantamweight division, we had Aljamain Sterling defeat Corey Sandhagen, submission rear naked choke, round 1. Great fight. Aljamain Sterling deserves a title shot. He basically is waiting in the wing for a UFC bantamweight title shot, as far as I'm concerned, after beating Beast and Corey Sandhagen. And I think Corey is going to bounce back from this win, and we're going to see him improve after this loss. Then, speaking of losses, bantamweight in the co-main event, Cody Garbrandt broke a losing streak of 3 fights, and got his first win in his last 4 fights, defeating Rafael Sunsao KO punch in the second round with 1 second left. Great win for Cody Garbrandt, and it puts him back, I think, 1 or 2 matches away from a title shot at this point. And Sean O'Malley and Cody Garbrandt, that sounds like a good matchup. I mean, Sean O'Malley's calling out Cody Garbrandt. I think that's a good matchup. Then we have the main event, women's featherweight clash. Amanda Nunes. Yeah, I'll be right there. Then we had Amanda Nunes defeat Alicia Spencer, unanimous decision. Great fight. Then we had, then pre-fight for UFC Fight Night Calvillo versus bantamweight division, Jordan Espinoza versus Mark De La Rosa. I'm going to go with Jordan Espinoza on this one by decision. Featherweight clash, Andre Fili, Charles Jourdain. I'm going to pick Andre Fili by decision, unanimous. Then catchweight, Merab Dashvili versus Gustavo Lopez. I'm going to go with Merab Dashvili. I think his wrestling is some of the best. And even better than Gustavo Lopez. And Gustavo Lopez has great wrestling. Then we have a catchweight bout at 190, Carl Robertson versus Marvin Vettori. I'm going to go with Marvin Vettori here by decision, unanimous. Then we got Jessica Eye versus Cynthia Calvillo at a catchweight at 126.25, as Jessica Eye barely missed weight by 0.25 pounds. I'm going to go with Jessica Eye by knockout in the second round. So there you have it. There's my predictions for this fight. Until then, see ya. Bye.